What's up? Hi, welcome to the Let's Talk Tennis podcast, the best podcast in my mind. Today it's gonna be a shorter episode, a little more somber. I don't know why we're lagging. My monitor sucks apparently. This is good. Well, if you're watching the audio version or the video version, my bad. Uh the maybe that'll work. We'll see. Well, I'm breaking things. Anyways, so the last time we were on here, I don't even remember what we talked about. We talked about something. It went somewhere doing something. Since then, a lot has happened. And if you're reading the title of this podcast, and if you're walking, and if you read or looked at the thumbnail, the Sadie episode. So about 2 weeks ago, just over, I believe 2 weeks ago, for those who don't know, Sadie, my dog, longtime podcast guest, longtime podcast interrupter, some might say. We had to put her down as there was, I believe they said it was a tumor on her spine, which is really tough. But in comparison to what we would have to do to keep her alive, it wouldn't be as good of a life, the quality of life. So we did have to put her down. So this episode is probably just going to be about her. Every little bit we can talk about her. So I don't even know where to go from here.
No, me neither.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been kind of putting off this episode. You can tell by the being kind of a week late. But it's
2 weeks.
2 weeks, a week and a half. I lost what I was gonna say. Actually, so it sucks. Where I work is right beside the vet where we put her down. And I remember it was like this was happening, it would have been about 2.5 weeks. I was working and my parents were like, okay, it's bad. We're going to take her to the vet. Big chance not coming home, which was, I was thinking and expecting. We took her, or my parents took her, and I texted my mom saying, you know, what happened? She didn't answer. I texted her as I was leaving. She called me and let me know that we had to put her down. With that, it's kind of just a spiral. It's been weird. Even 2 weeks later, it's been a little bit weird not having her. And I think because since you're coming over, say today's Friday, you're gonna be coming over tomorrow. You're gonna feel really weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, it's been, our little vacuum isn't there anymore to clean up the little scraps of food. But it's been I don't know how the rest of my family has been. My mom took it pretty hard, but I think she's getting better. I'm feeling a little bit better since the last 2 weeks. It's been really tough, and it's been really weird, considering that I've gone back and I've edited footage and made shorts of Sadie, and there's been footage of her in it, and I'm like, oh, I forgot she was in this one. But I mean, you get kind of used to it after a while. What's your takes on it?
I don't know, really. I don't really have much to say. Um, I was a little surprised actually when you told me about it. I was a little surprised.
I yeah, so after that day at work, I went over to Sab's for the night. Not for the night. It wasn't for the night. It was just for because I
It was just
hadn't seen
for
you.
the day, yeah. Yeah.
And it was we didn't leave the house. We watched How I Met Your Mother or
We were
whatever.
gonna leave the house too, and then we decided not to.
No. Um it was like coming home, it was really weird. I don't think I slept at all that night.
Even I didn't sleep.
Yeah. But it was I don't know, it's something that I've kind of gotten used to now. And it's something that you like it happened. It's such a really weird feeling. Because you know it's going to happen. And because it's going to happen, you prepare for it, but you're not ready for it.
Yeah.
Like if that makes any sort, I think that comes with not just losing a pet, but like anything, right? You can prepare
Yeah.
your entire life for not doing something, and then when it doesn't happen, you're still not ready for it, no matter how much you convince yourself you are.
Well, like when you came over, I wasn't ready for that, to be honest.
Yeah, you were still in the,
I
oh,
because
she's fine.
I thought she was gonna be okay because I thought it was just her paw, but I was wrong.
it so it ended up it's so it oh my god, my words. It started out being, we thought it was just she kind of twisted her paw because she was limping on the paw, and then we kind of gave her some painkillers that she had from like a liver issue, and it turns out that she just never got better. And I remember I was getting ready for work, and she was on my bed, and I don't even know how to describe it, but it almost like she was screaming in pain because she couldn't get off my bed. And it took about 5 to 10 minutes to get her off. I think that was the toughest part. And then, going to work and having at the time I had a 1-to-1 kid, where I was responsible for the kid. Great kid. But you sit there and you're like, I don't know how to comprehend this. And you kind of have to put it in the back of your mind, but when you put it in the back of your mind, it's still kind of there every now and then. It was really weird. And the I don't know. It was really weird the last couple days. But it also wasn't a shock. I'm trying to think of how else I can describe this. I can't think of how else I'm going
Um,
to describe this.
um, well, I could tell you how you reacted
Mm-hmm.
but that's if you want me to. Okay. Um, I wasn't prepared at all. I didn't think about it. I didn't even know about it. I wasn't even, it wasn't even my mind that it was gonna happen.
Right.
And, I remember you came in and I was like, "Hey, baby, how are you?" My overly go-lucky, cheery self. And then you started shaking your head, and I thought you had had a bad day at work, and I thought I was just gonna like you just wanted to cuddle until you started crying. And then I knew it had happened because
Mm-hmm.
I knew that she was supposed to go to the vet that day, and I knew it happened the moment you started like you didn't even have to really say anything because I knew, and then I just sat there and I was baffled. I didn't even say anything either. I just remember you fell into my arms and we just sat there for a little bit, and it was just that it was a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be for
It,
me, anywho.
I think I don't know what's worse, not expecting it or expecting it. You
I don't know
I,
because
like when you expect something like that to happen with anyone, you can prepare and you know it's gonna happen and you try to value the last little bit,
yeah,
but even when you don't expect it, you still end up having the same reaction, but you also like it's almost the same. Like you value the last whatever, if that
I
makes
don't know.
sense.
I feel like I would have taken it easier if I knew it was going to happen.
Right.
Hmm.
My day got
But that's
just
just me. I don't know how.
I actually think this might have been the first time that I've properly talked about this. Um
Yeah,
yeah, you I don't haven't really talked about it since actually I think since I was over, but it was something
yeah.
that we like as a family kind of knew it was going to happen. And I my remember like coming home and the next day waking up and going, I hope we don't get another pet soon. It's like I would still love the pet, cherish it, whatever. But it's like it's too soon. Because I remember we got Sadie less than a week after the previous, like our previous dog died, and I always thought it was weird. And you like as a like I get it from the parent's perspective. You want your kid to have a pet, and you want your kids to love the pet and be happy. But when you immediately introduce a new pet into the family right after an old one, you can I don't think it happened with me, but the other pet almost becomes like the memory of them isn't the same, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Like you introduce, say, we'll use a cat for this instance. Your cat dies. You like your 10-year-old kid, and then you immediately buy a new cat. Well, the old cat, it's not going to be valued as much, if that makes any sort of sense. Which I valued all my pets the same, and I don't think there was like one I didn't get super upset about, but as with working with children, you lose one, you get another one. It's like, oh yay, new puppy. Why is Creative Cloud open? Why? Every time I go to like stream or record, this pops up and it bothers me. Oh well. Anywho, but as a family, it's tough because I do want to bring. I know I said it'd be like a 20-minute episode, basically all about Sadie, but the idea of waiting too long, if that makes sense. Like, it could be the same thing with, a grandparent, a parent, a great grandparent. There's a point where it's close and it like goes up, 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 and it's like, okay, this is the right time before it sails down. I think with Sadie, we did it at the right time because she was older. She wouldn't have been able to do as much, and she wouldn't have been as happy. Which brings me to let's say a grandmother, grandfather, whatever. If you are experiencing this right now, my apologies. But I think if you as a family come and be like, okay, their life isn't going to get better, let's not keep them around to suffer. I think that is the right mindset. And I think it is super selfish if people keep people around, or like animals, pets around to suffer. What's your thought on that?
I don't know. Really? I don't know what to say to that, really. I think it depends on circumstance.
That's fair. That's fair.
So I I don't know what to say.
That's fair.
Kind of, yeah. I think it just depends on circumstance, because like if you're suffering and you know you can fix it, and you have the money and the time and the effort to be able to do it, and it won't cause your animal or person any harm, then go for it. Keep going. But if it's too much that you know they're not going to be able to bear it, they're going to be in pain, they're going to be hurting, then don't continue. So I think it's just about circumstance.
That's fair. Okay, well, I don't think we'll keep recording any longer for this episode. We kind of got out what we needed to say, kind of what I needed to say. My emotional support salve is right here too. I'm not going to put any links in the description. I'm not going to put basically anything in the description. It's going to be something small. I don't know if Dog Heaven has YouTube or Spotify, but Sadie, if you're listening to this, we love you and we miss you. Follow, subscribe. Episode 19 was this. Episode 20 will be in 2 weeks. We're on 20 episodes. That's crazy. And
sorry to anybody who might get emotional.
Yep. Sorry for anyone who got emotional. If you guys have any personal experiences you want to vent about, throw it down in the comments, please. Don't hold it in. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.